Hey, so my lips are dry. I need to drink some more water. Anyway, peace, y'all. How are you? So here's Mama Ama embodying the Sacred Mother portal, and I have a message that I feel it in every part of my being. Why it's important for me to share this, right? So there's going to be times as we're living this out that it's going to be hard to access our hearts. Accessing our hearts can be impacted by our traumas, mainstream society, and conditionings, and habits, even habits that keep us from accessing our heart. And so, because this is a part of the human condition, the path back in, I'm telling you, I know the path to our salvation is through the heart. And despite the conditions that will show up in our lives, despite them, the trauma, despite the social programming, despite the habits, despite the fact that it's hard work, self-healing is so important because we are only human for a finite amount of time. We only get to wear this flesh for an undisclosed, undefined amount of time. And since we only get to be in body for a short amount of time, we get the chance to feel, we get the chance to touch, we get a chance to taste, we get a chance to explore. And if you know someone who's ever lost their ability to sense something, be that their hearing or their vision or their smelling or their tasting or even their sensory touch being impacted, it can really color their experience of realities. When we lose touch with our heart, we minimize our ability to experience love. And there are certain relationships that are so deep that to become numb to it is to become numb to everything. And there are some relationships that even though we're not numb to it, but the story playing out has covered it so much that it's only in the loss that we realize the love that we've not been able to access. The loss removes the covering of that pain, and all of a sudden, and the loss becomes so great because you realize how much time has gone. You don't have any more time. And you're not guaranteed to be able to access that person, that love. Not in this way, not in this part of the human journey again. So we heal. We heal and we learn to forgive, not because of wanting to let them off the hook, because accountability is important when people hurt. But if you have a chance to restore right relationship with your daughter or your son, even if you need them to do what they need to do, go away, do your growth, do your thing, and I'm just going to love you from over here. That way, should the time come that I can love you again for real, So when we do our personal work to heal, we can restore our sense of what we experience when we're with them. We can hear their words differently and not through the hearing of pain. We can taste things differently in our mouth and it doesn't taste sour. We can smell aromas that somehow or another invoke another sensation than the pain body that most of us filter everything through. And the traumas that we're on repeat with that go over and over and over again can keep us from accessing that heart. It keeps us completely locked in anger or fear or numbness. Anger is one emotion we allow, fear is the emotion we allow, or numbness, disregard. So, brothers and sisters of the light, I would encourage you, invite you, beseech you, because the suffering that comes when you cannot access them again, when they're no longer in the physical and now you carry that, the worst thing you can do is lie and say it's not real. The worst is better to say, I love you, but I don't know how to stay close to you because we're different, but I do love you. And let that be. And hope that both of you can grow, that you can reach each other again. But what you don't want to do is tell yourself a lie. That love wasn't there. And when we're tied up and wrapped up in pain, when we're tied up and wrapped up in trauma, we can't even hear them. We hear them through this which is our pain bodies. We hear them through our which is our pain body. We hear them through our pain body. Because our triggers are and how it feels in our cells, we can't get through it. So we have to do the work necessary, whatever that looks like, however it feels, however it manifests for you. Nature, food, therapy, exercise, processing, whatever you got to do. Space to allow you to access your feelings again so that you might venture into your heart. And let those tears fall and the rages come and everything come through so that you can awaken to yourself again before you are forced to do that because they're gone. And if it doesn't fit, let it flow. I know there are people who have OMG. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. There are some places where people are absolutely people we've had to draw the line with and cut off our hearts to. Not cut off our hearts, but the practice is non-attachment. Detachment means, why was I even attached to that thing? Oh my gosh, I was tripping. That's detachment, let go. Then there's non-attachment where you love and you give it space to be. You love, acknowledge that it's love. And you give it space to be. And the deeper you process that, the deeper your compassion grows and the better human you actually become for the people who you can love. For the places where you can express love. That way you're not mad over here and blasting everybody else because you can't control that weapon. You can't control the weapon of your anger, the weapon of your numbness, the weapon of your disregard. So you just fire anger at everyone, fire anger and fear at everyone. Everyone gets the fear. Everyone gets the disregard. Everyone gets the anger because you have not grown in your capacity to deal with the fact that wherever the place, the person, the memory that's keeping you from accessing your heart. Because then you're going to have to deal with hurt. Then you're going to have to deal with truth. Then you're going to have to deal with you. But I'm going to tell you something. You ever see someone's eyes when they can see again? You ever witness someone who can get the implant and now they can hear again? If you've not been able to smell or taste, you lost your sense of smell or your sense of taste has been impacted, and all of a sudden food goes in your mouth and you're like, this is what it tastes like. I can't even explain to you what happens when you can access your heart again. It may be scary. It may be beyond anything that you thought you were capable of. This is why you find the people who can help you take in more light. Find the people who can help you expand in little pieces. Help the people who can help you exercise your heart, exercise and grow. Find those people. Connect to me, connect to anyone. Anything that can help you expand into who you were born to be before the traumas cut you off from yourself. I've been cut off in many ways from myself. Coming back home into my body, it's not just transforming my life, it's transforming the lives of anyone and everyone that I come in contact with. So, take courage. Maya Angelou said, of all the virtues, courage is one of the most important, because we need courage to access all the other ones. So that's all I got to share. That's my message this evening. It's resonating in my heart deeply. I'm someone someone was wanting to give me 10 and all I could access was 6, 7. And life has given me a chance to pull back and just feel and not let anything get in the way of my feeling. And not let anything get in the way of my feeling, which means I cry a lot. It means I sense a lot. It means I go through a lot. But it does mean that I can taste better. I can see better. I can hear better. I can feel on my skin, in my hair, inside. I am in me as spirit, having these human experiences. And nothing takes me away from my relationship with my heart and love. So that's all I got. I'm gonna go make dinner for my little girl now. But I hope that you can hear me. I've done it. And I've been through some stuff. We can swap tales if you want them. But why you want to talk about that stuff? Just know that if I can find my heart, you can too.